I'm very grateful that you took the time to tune in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real, relevant, and relatable content on today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Everyone, and welcome to Freestyle Friday. It is Freestyle Friday here on the Kim Jacobs Show. How are you, Camille? How are you, Pam? How are you, Sunshine Expert Athena? How are you guys today?
Good. Fabulous.
Yay, yay, yay. So listen, everybody, grab your virtual seats. We have so much to discuss today. Put topics in the comment section that would be of interest to you, and we will definitely do everything possible to talk about some of those subjects as well. So today we have 3 of our Freestyle Friday experts with us, and I want to make sure that you get to hear from each of them. But as we know, there's so much happening in the world. There's so much happening right here in the United States of America. So we have plenty to talk about today. Let us know where you're visiting in from. And also let us know what topic you'd like to talk about today. And again, we'll do a flash round and we'll talk about some of those topics. But as we get started today, what I want to do is first kick off with one of our episode sponsors, which is Hunter Everidge Law Firm. And then we're going to come back and get started with our first Freestyle Friday expert. Let's go with you, Camille Richardson, none other than our vision expert who will be talking to us shortly. So we're going to learn from attorney Hunter Everidge Law Firm now. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
And we're back, and we are here with some of our Freestyle Friday experts. None other than Camille Richardson is going to kick things off today. How are you, Camille?
I am fabulous on this Friday. Yay, we made it through the week. And why in the world are we already on March 31st? What is this all about?
Is it me? I agree. That's crazy.
Like, what is going on here? Why is it almost April? Like, we are already we're through the first quarter of the year, y'all. That's crazy.
I know. Ooh, that make you deep breathe, like, whoosha. You know?
I know, right? Like, whoa. 3 whole months. But anyway.
Tell them a little bit about yourself first, Camille, and then before you even share your points.
Sure, absolutely. So my name is Camille Richardson. I am a speaker, an author, and the founder of IC Technologies. And IC Technologies is my DEI firm where I work to activate the hearts, the minds, and the future attitudes of my clients and their teams so they can work together more cohesively and their companies are more profitable because they value diversity and inclusion, or at least they do after they work with me. Hey.
After they work with you, they value diversity and inclusion. So that's good.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
So what are you talking to us about today as our vision expert?
So today, what I want to tell you all is to keep pressing. And what I mean by that, what do you mean, Camille? I'm so glad you asked me. So when I first started out, right, on this journey of being a business owner and a speaker and an author and all the things, right, I was terrified. Like, I was scared out of my mind. I just have to be honest, right? I can be transparent with y'all, right? And I would kind of dip my toe into the pool and then not really dive all the way in. And one day I decided I was going to go ahead and dive on in because I realized, you know what? I had to approach this journey the same way I approach my everyday life. And what I mean by that, for those of y'all who don't know, I'm totally blind from birth. So when I get up in the morning every day, I literally cannot see. what's going on in front of me, right? But I still choose to keep pressing and keep living each day. And I had to take that same approach when it came to business decisions and it came to being a business owner. You know, I had to just go on out there. Like if I had somewhere I needed to go, I don't hesitate to jump into an Uber or a Lyft or whatever. And I meet some of the nicest, coolest people. And people would always ask me, like, girl, aren't you afraid of getting kidnapped? And I'm like, no, because I'm less afraid of that happening than I am of being kidnapped by fear and not living my own life. Right. So,
somebody type that, being kidnapped
Oh my
by
God.
fear. Put that in the comment section. That's a note you want to go back and
Say
later
that
reference,
again,
y'all.
Camille. Say that with some quotations.
Yes.
you know, I can't be kidnapped by fear. So what I want to let you all know is don't be kidnapped by fear. Keep pressing forward, even when you can't see the way. Because sometimes, you know, the road is a little bumpy, it's a little uneven. We don't know what's going on, but yet you got to continue to keep pressing forward. And a lot of times we get so caught up on this one question: how? How am I going to do this? How am I going to get it done? Because you don't see the way. But you got to take out that how, and you got to know that it will. As long as you keep moving your feet, you release that fear, and you keep pressing forward. You got to keep pressing towards that mark, you know? And the thing is, God gives you the tools that you need. He will put the tools and he'll put the people in your path as long as he sees that you're doing the work. Because you can't just be like, all right, God got me. And then you just sit back and chill, right? It don't work that way. But if you have that faith and you're doing the work, y'all can work together in concert.
Yes.
He's got it up there while you do the work down here to show him that your faith in him is not in vain.
I'm loving your topic so much. And everybody, we're gonna all chime in when you're done with all your points. But go ahead, keep teaching us.
Oh yeah. So yeah, like I said, I just you don't have to stop because you know I know you probably might have a question or something like that. So I
Well, I definitely let me ask a question. That would be good since I am hosting a show here. Even though I was over here like, girl, taking notes. All right. So Camille, whenever fear grips you, and it's had to grip you at some point in your journey, what did you do to overcome that?
Well, honestly, what I did again is I had to just keep moving because it does happen. I'll be honest. Sometimes there are occasions where the paralysis is real, but that's where my faith and my self-care and knowing who I am and whose I am comes in handy. And also, it doesn't hesitate to have those people in my corner, in my circle, who are going to speak life into me and pour into me when I feel like this fear is going to take over me. That's why it's important for you to have that tribe. You see, the tribe are the people who got your back at all times. Your tribe is your family, your really good friends, your colleagues can even be your tribe. And those are those people who got your back, front, side, all those things. It don't matter. They are team you all day long. Those people are going to pour into you as you do them. And you need those people when that fear tries to take a hold of you.
Well, I'm loving everything that you're saying. And actually, let me go here for a minute. Today I did a video. I haven't even released it yet, but I did a video and I was talking on the video about the fact that something clicked for me, and it actually happened today. It finally clicked for me that you are blocking your own success, blocking your own way. Stop worrying about overthinking it and doing this. It's a whole video that I did, so y'all will see it later today, right? But when it clicked, I was like, Kim, I finally get it. Why would it take maybe 52 years old to finally get it? So hopefully you all can get it a little sooner in your own lives that's out here watching. Between Camille, the sunshine expert, and Pamela, you're going to get a lot of knowledge today. And we're going to talk about things that matter most to you. But letting it click and stop overthinking it is something that I was talking about. And on my YouTube channel, another thing I talked about yesterday, which is what you're talking about right now, pressing forward. And I shared 3 tips on how to press forward.
I saw that.
So
I didn't. So we're totally in synergy here.
Yes. Okay, keep going, Camille. Any more tips you have?
No, well, a lot of times you just sparked something in me because I honestly am a chronic overthinker. I'll be honest with you. I feel like I have to have all the answers to all the things and you don't. And you don't have to have the answers. You don't always have to know how. You just have to have a vision, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to do the work to get to that, to see that vision through. And again, the people, the tools, everything you need is going to come to you. Because I do that a lot. I'll sit there and think about, oh my gosh, I've got to have all the answers. I don't, because we don't all know everything. No one is
Mm-hmm.
perfect. We know who's perfect, and he died on the cross.
That's
So
right.
Right.
there's no such thing as perfection. There's only a such thing as getting it done. So that's what I
Oh,
want to leave you all with. Don't worry about it being perfect, and keep pressing forward to continue to live your vision.
yes, yes. Everybody, you know how you went in one of those spoken words events, you go like this, yeah,
Snap.
yeah, yeah, yes, yes, come through, Camille. Y'all, this is Camille Richardson, one of our Freestyle Friday experts. We have termed her as the vision expert, and we want people to know how they can stay connected with you, Camille. I put the IC technology and your blind girl vision information up here. So tell us how they can stay connected.
Actually, I done got a whole. I need to get you a whole new thing up there, Kim. Don't worry,
Okay.
I'll send all that to you next time. But the way you can stay in contact with me is through my website, ictechinc.com. If you want to book me for a speaking engagement or anything like that, you can also reach out to me at info@ictechinc.com. That is my email if you want to reach out to me on social media.
Let me take this
Um,
down.
yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm like, I gotta take all of this down right
Oh,
here.
yeah, I
We're
talked
gonna
to you.
edit. We're gonna edit this stuff. Wait a minute. Right
Yeah,
now,
and like
we're
I
gonna
said,
take them.
I'm gonna send you. Oh, I should have sent all that.
Oh no, don't worry about that. You are as close to perfect as it exists. That's what I'll
Oh,
say. How about that?
thank you,
In the
darling.
meantime, while we're typing the information for Camille, Mackenzie backstage, if you could pop up some comments that may have been directed to Camille or anything, so that we can go ahead and get those
I can
addressed. And Pam, if you could read those comments while I type this information, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. Oh, sorry.
So go ahead and read the comments from some of the studio audience members. Go ahead and keep them flashing, Mackenzie, for me. All right.
Uh-oh.
Happy Freestyle Friday, Arnetta Carwell. Good
Yes, come
morning,
through, reinvent
everyone.
yourself,
Good
expert.
morning, Miss Arnetta. Thank you, Kim Jacobs, for being the phenomenal woman that you are. I celebrate you and today and always. Good morning. Hi, Dana. I can't be kidnapped by fear. Say that. That is absolutely right. Good morning to my sister, Cheryl Watkins. Good morning, Gina Sample.
Good morning. I just love your audience. They're so live.
They are awesome. We have the best virtual studio audience in the world. Don't read that because that's the wrong information. So I'm going to put right now how you can stay connected. Thank you, Pamela Howard, for doing
Uh-huh.
that. And how you can stay connected with Camille is at ISEE Tech Inc. For those that are on iHeartRadio and all of the
Yeah.
podcast listeners, IC, which is SEE techinc.com, or
Yes.
email her at info@ictechinc.com. Her
That's
phone
me.
number is still 910
Yes.
two seven
Yes.
three 7244. That's how you're going to stay connected with Camille Richardson, our vision expert.
Thank you for having me, Kim. It is such an honor to be on here.
Oh, well, you're going to have lots more to say because we have a lot more topics to cover today. So we're going to keep it moving and go on to hear from our sunshine expert, none other than Athena Robertson. Athena, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So glad to have you here with us.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be here. I celebrate you, sis. Always giving honor to God, who's ahead of my life. And to all my other beautiful sisters on the panel today, Pam and Camilla. So good to see these beautiful smiley faces. I look forward to times like this just to have a great conversation or just to be in the presence of other great women to motivate, to keep us encouraged and equipped and empowered. And I'm gonna have to say, Camille, I think me and her, we were we were working together on this message, may I say, because I think she had said all my words already for me. Or if I had to take a seat, if it wasn't enough time and I had to take a seat, I would have just said, you know what, I'm gonna give my flowers. I give my sister flowers anyway. I'm gonna give her my extra flowers because she covered everything because she was talking about keep pressing. So here I go, sis. What's my topic? And it's just simple today. Try it.
Try,
Try it.
try it. Just
Come what
try
I
it.
said. Just try it. You know how
Okay.
Nike say just do it? Just try it. What would happen if you try it? Either
That's
you're
so
gonna
funny.
like it or you're not.
Yeah.
And guess what? You can walk away from both. You can walk away happy, and you can still walk away happy knowing that, hey, at least I tried it, and I'm gonna walk away because I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Athena, I'm glad you asked me. Why? What's the example? Let's say
Wait. Let me ask you for real as the host. Let me see. Okay, Athena, why? What's an example? Carry on. Carry on.
carry on. Have you ever been on a plane? Yes. But if I have not been on a plane and I needed to try it, to say I've done it once, not to say, oh, I can't do it because I'm afraid of heights. Afraid. Oh, did I hear fear? Oh, did my sister say we can't be kidnapped by fear? I'm
That's right.
saying you gotta try it
Yes.
and try it. You gotta try it. Don't knock it. Excuse me. Don't knock it until you try it. So
Good.
yesterday, y'all, I have to tell y'all, I have to sit and I have to meditate when it comes to wanting to bring a word forth to everybody and just wanting to speak from my experiences of my own testimonies and to in hopes of helping someone else overcome whatever struggles they're dealing with or what battles they're dealing with, because we're on the Kim Jacobs show. She's balancing one life at a time. So we're here to help the improvement and to help lift up my sister and everybody else out there in tech land all over the world. So I said, God, what goes with try it? What goes with try it? What's next? It's time to level up. Or encourage yourself, good, bad, or indifferent during the times. Everybody's in a different season. We can be in a season of bliss. We can be in a season of coming through a storm. Or you could be in a bliss of peace and quiet. And sometimes it's quiet before the storm.
Hmm.
So try it. Go for it. It's just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
You
Good.
try it, and what does it look like for you to try it? Let's say try a new attitude. If you're known your attitude is not 100 perfect,
You know whether you have a good attitude or if it's
you know if
like, no,
you have a good attitude or not. You know whether you will snap at a person or not. But instead of snapping, you be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just embrace the kindness, embrace the love and joy. Let me try that way and see the results I get. Because if I'm over here snapping at somebody, you're not going to get good results. That
right.
person probably going to pop back harder than you, and it's going to shut the whole show down. So you at least want to try something different. Try a new way you go home. You might always take I-277 going home, or try 85. Try taking 85 home and see how far you get. Probably less traffic, and you'll get home what 5 minutes before if you was to take 277 to get
Yes.
home. So try it, and guess what? If you don't like it,
Don't
let
do
it
it
go.
the next time.
Nobody even has to know. Nobody even has to know. So
Right.
when you're trying something, you're throwing the old out and in with the new.
I
We're
love
walking
it.
in the new. And I've been talking about walking in your new season, celebrating you, embracing you, encouraging you. So you throw out the old and in with the new. Then you can try a new approach besides a new direction
Mm.
or a new vocabulary. If you're known to not always say nice choice words, try changing some of those words. I give you a testimony. At one point in my life, I had a filthy mouth.
No.
And I was growing up. I'm gonna be transparent with y'all because this is my testimony gonna help deliver somebody else.
Okay.
I was being transparent. I was a lady that cussed a lot. I could tell you every word in the book that was not in the good book. And I could say it quick, I could say it slow, and one thing twice about it. But to God be the glory. Thank you, Lord, for deliverance from profanity. The other part that helped me stay delivered as walking and maturing in my spiritual journey was I had children. Having children, you don't want the little human tape recorders, is what I used to say, mocking me around the house and saying things, or they go out in public and say things, and then everybody looking at you like, oh, now you know that baby too young to know that. How they know
Well,
that?
how they know that? They know that
No,
because mama or
no.
daddy been saying that.
That part. So I became clean mouth Athena. It took me time, but I definitely had it together when I had my children. And I tell you, if my 19-year-old could tell you, my mama definitely has changed.
That's some good stuff.
To see his eyes light up in that, I'm very grateful and I thank God for that. So I started using fruit. All my cuss words became strawberries, blueberries, bananas,
Mm.
bawberry biscuits, ah, candy yams.
And that's
And
gonna make you want to hit somebody because then your children gonna just bust out laughing,
that's
right?
right.
They're gonna be like,
It just will come out. So I have to, if I started to go in, I'd be like, ooh, strawberry jam mixed up real nice. Like, and I would do a whole 360 check. Like,
okay, wait. So I'm a role player. I love role playing.
you
That's
ready?
very important to me.
You ready?
So yeah, we ready. I need to let me put myself up here beside you so I can look at you right now. So okay. So am I looking at? No, I'm not looking at you. Okay. So, Mom, I told you that I wanted to go to this concert. I cannot believe that you just all of a sudden changing your mind. I don't understand what the problem is. What kind of
So,
mama are you?
so first of all, let's get that tone together. And before I love the way Bowberry biscuits just smell so sweet. Son, I'm telling you, you're not
Bowberry
hungry.
biscuit.
Bowberry biscuit is what
That's
it
the
is.
best you got, Mom?
That's the best I got, and that's all you're gonna get. And you better take it and leave it. And right now, we're gonna close this discussion because if I have to go in any farther, I don't want to have to lay hands or hand
Uh-oh.
on you.
Oh,
You
yes,
just gonna
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I
I
thank you
remember your
kindly.
past,
I
so
thank
I'm
you
not trying to
kindly.
yank the past
Yeah,
out of you.
that was in my past. That was in my old. I'm in my new. And I am stepping in my new all the way. So I love you, and it'll be plenty more concerts as you get older. Bam.
But you know what? Now that right there, it could
I
trigger you,
love
right?
it.
It could trigger you with your child raising up on you. Be like, you
It could
bringing out something different in me because
it could trigger
I tell my
you.
children. I tell my children all the time, and my kid, my oldest is 25, right? So I'm like, look here. I don't know if you understand. I love people. I love God, but I'm not that mama. I'm not the mother that's
Right.
going to have any child that came out of my body. Like you literally came out of my body.
Right. Raise it
So
up.
I'm not about to have you just disrespect me in any way, shape, or form.
That way.
I'm not that mother.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
I love it.
Very, very simple. So,
And I get
well,
real
try it.
serious.
So I'm
Like,
glad. Yeah, you tried it. Yeah, you tried it. And when I started using very creative words, I can see that it also changed the atmosphere. So now my atmosphere wasn't angry. It
Mhm.
wasn't puffed up and anxious, ready to tear somebody down. It
good.
actually like calm. So if I calm down, then my children would calm down,
Mm.
and they'll be like, "Oh, so she not gonna blow off the handle at me."
Yeah.
Not
Arnetta's cracking up in
today.
the studio
Not
audience.
yes, not today. On Freestyle Friday, we're gonna be happy, caring, and loving. So try it. So that's what I'm telling y'all.
I
Try
love
it.
it.
The sunshine expert just came through to tell you to try it. Don't knock it until you try it. You have to try it. It might be a food you never tried before. Try just a little bit. If you
Mm.
don't like it, I tell you, I don't like calamari. I was with a great group of host of friends. I was around, and it was kind of one of those, and I'm pretty sure everybody has done it. And if you haven't, the polite way to do it is if you're gonna eat it, you don't like it, you just blow your nose, and then it goes away all good. It's done. And then
So
you don't have to worry about it. So
I didn't even think about that. I never even thought about what you're saying. That's interesting.
calamari is not on my food list. I'm sorry, I don't like it. But try it. And the best case scenario is you can either once you try, you like it, keep doing it. It works for you.
Okay.
If getting up in the morning, thank you, Lord, for waking me up in the morning. My daily meditations, affirmations, I'm bold, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm loving. Give God all his praise and glory due to him. How are you directing my day today, Holy Spirit? And if that is for you, if it's going to get you a fresh cup of coffee, get you a fresh cup of hot tea, or
Girl.
my good sister that's on here, Cheryl Watkins, love her. My colleague and my sister, yes, she likes to walk. She does her daily meditation walking in the morning, and she gets her affirmations, and she gets revived and refreshed from nature and from God as she take these early morning walks. And she's safe. She's not walking. She's not kidnapped by fear that it's still dark outside and
Mm.
she can't go outside because it's too dark. She trusts in God and she takes her walks and she plans. Her day is planned. God has ordered her steps. So
Wow.
try it.
That's
Try it
good.
before you knock it, is what I say. My sister said, keep on pressing. I can only imagine what my sister Pamela is about to bring to the table. And well, the powerhouse Kim, she started off yesterday with a video with these 3 tips. And I had to go back on my phone. I was like, hold up. That's my sister doing a whole live video.
Oh, that's because I'm getting ready to do a whole bunch of different stuff that I
I
just
know
been
that's
sitting there
right.
blocking myself. I'm like, And you
That
know what?
part.
The funny thing is, we ask our children. I know I don't know about y'all, but I ask my children for help. And when they help me, sometimes they help me. It's all fast. I'm like, look, slow
Like,
down
what
so
did
I
you
can
just
learn what you're
do?
talking
Correct.
about. Then whenever I post my stuff, I'm like, now look at that. Look at that right there.
Now look at there.
My thing all out the boundaries. Your stuff look all good and nicely highlighted. And then you show me, and it take me. I'm sitting there trying to figure this thing out, right? Because everybody rushing, trying to show me off, doing it for me. I don't want you to do it for me. I want to learn it. Does anybody else relate to me? I don't want you.
I relate.
It's
I
that
relate.
whole teach a man to, give the man to fish and they'll eat for a day, but you teach him to fish and they'll eat for a lifetime. So you need to teach me how to fish.
That's right. Teach me.
But I'm learning, that's for sure. So y'all will learn. Y'all will see some of my learnings. Work with me. Don't worry about it. It may be some stuff that's going a little bit off center and different things.
I can't see it no way. As long as I hear your message, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Her sister do that too. LOL. My daughter does that too. I know that's right. Sis. Yes, the kids they be quick. They be trying to get us done and get us out the way. And I'm like, walk me back through, please.
Read that comment right there.
Yes, a new way to fear is forget escaping and rise. Fear is healthy. It shows us we're still leveling up. Come on, Precious Pauline in the building. I know that's right, sis.
That is a beautiful way of looking at it. Precious.
That is that's nicely put. Absolutely, I agree.
And Arnetta said, I need the slow and steady teaching so I can get it.
That's right. That's right.
And when my children just show me slowly, I can do it well enough to at least post something. But I'm like, don't judge what I'm doing if you're not willing to sit down. Just give me 10 minutes.
True fact.
Your
video looked good. Your video looked nice yesterday, sis.
I did that.
You did that.
Yeah.
It looked real nice.
And you love to say that I did that. That's a beautiful thing. Like, yes,
that is.
I did that. With my son walking by me and saying, "Ma, it's this." I was like, boy, do that again. Okay.
Do it again.
Athena, how can they stay connected with you?
Oh man, you can catch me on Facebook as Athena Robertson. You can catch me on IG as Red Honey 7. That's REDHONII, the number 7. I'm on LinkedIn at Athena Robertson, and I am just grateful to share. I have a wonderful lavish notary business, but I am the founder of Joyful Hearts Transitional Housing Organization. That's my 501c3 that is coming, and I am just super excited to share with you all. That is mending the hearts of broken families here in the Queen City.
Congratulations.
I'm so grateful to God. I'm just grateful for the vision, and so I'm getting out of my way. I'm not hindering anything that God has for Athena Shantae Robertson.
Go ahead with the whole government name.
Author,
Sunshine Expert Robertson.
That part.
Yolanda's baby. Okay, go ahead.
Yolanda Williams, baby girl.
That's her mama name, y'all. Go ahead.
But feel free to reach out if you need a notary, if you just want to talk. I'm here. You can find me in the Queen Heart of the City at CPCC, where I am teaching and striving with the students one day at a time and helping them on their successful journey in this educational journey. Just try it.
So make sure you also, because I know you come on frequently, give us your nonprofit organization information too, so we can start putting that out there as you get ready to launch that. Okay. All right, everybody. Pamela, I know you sitting patiently and everything, but I want to make sure that we take a moment and take a commercial break. We're going to hear from our episode sponsor, Silver Shield Security, is going to bless us with their services next. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I have peace of mind with Silver Shield Security, which has been protecting my family and home, along with servicing the Carolinas for over a decade. Silver Shield Security knows the importance of convenience and safety. Whether you live in an apartment, a home, or run a business, they are here to protect you from unwanted intrusions and fires. Call now at 704-440-4688 or visit the website at www.silvershield-security.com. You can use my promo code #ToneX and get 1/2 off your installation price. Don't forget to ask about the new no money down options. Let Silver Shield Security help to give you peace of mind, just like me and my family, and keep your business safe.
Talking with some of our Freestyle Friday experts that are in the studio audience with us today. We're going to hear from Pamela Howard now, and she does luxury event planning, but she's going to be talking to us from a different plan today. Talk to us, Pam.
All right. Hello, everyone. Kim, always an honor to be an expert on your show. Thank you for having me. So glad I have been stoked listening to Camille and listening to our sunshine expert. Oh my God. I was sitting here taking notes. Don't be kidnapped by fear, because that really is the key to us getting in our own way, by allowing fear to kidnap us from our dreams and from our goals, and keeping us from building our legacy, which is what I'm going to be talking about today. And just like the sunshine expert said, just try it. Sometimes it doesn't even hurt to have a conversation. And so I am an event specialist, and as a family estate planner and counselor, I am actually going to be talking to you today about leaving that legacy. And in order to be able to leave a legacy, it's a shame to work so hard and then not have a legacy to leave for your family or those that's important to you in your life. And I just want to, I don't know, Kim, is it possible I can present a quick thing on here? Can I click?
Yes, share it. And when you pull it up to share, I'll pull it right in. And y'all, just so you know, in the studio audience, while she's doing that, you can put your comments as well as things that you want to talk about, because the second half of our program here, we're going to talk about topics that matter to you as well. We have one more of our experts that you're going to hear from, and the latter part of our discussion is going to be all about what you want to talk about. So please make sure that you share topics that we should kind of talk about or look up right quick, whatever we need to do to make sure we're getting a chance to have some discussion surrounding it. Okay.
I'm going to pull it up here in just 1 second.
Yes, you take your time. While you're doing that, we're going to take another commercial break, and we will. Okay, here we go. I see it right here. Let's see. There we go. Pull it in for you.
So what I'm showing you here, there's 67 things that have to be done when you are actually pre-planning for your final wishes. So look at this. Who you got to notify. That's 10 things you're going to have to know. 10 people you have to notify.
That's a big deal. Wait, you're going too fast. Go back. That's good. The doctor or the doctors, the funeral director, the cemetery, relatives, friends, deceased employees. That's a lot. I don't know all of this.
Yeah. And just scrolling down, decide and arrange immediately things that you have to do. Secure vital statistics.
And you know what, Pam, even if people have a list like this, say if you stopped and everybody screenshotted or whatever, the point is this is too much for anybody to do on their own.
It is.
When you're dealing already with the loss of a loved one.
It's a lot. And so the key is 67 things that you have to do when you're preparing to. So can you imagine coming into a funeral home or to a cemetery property and you don't have a clue? First of all, I spoke with a client just a couple of days ago, and the gentleman was like, all I thought I had to do was come and pick out a space, and that was it. And it's so much more to that. So I'm not going to focus on the 67 things, but I do want to talk about 4 important things that you must have done. And the best time to do it is while you have life, health, strength, and your mind. To be able to have these discussions with your family, come in and speak with someone like me that can actually tell you the pros and the cons. But there's 4 components to be able to complete when you're getting ready to plan for your final wishes. Of course, you have to have a resting place, and we call that resting place property. Okay, you have to have a place for your
So
to
somebody type that, a resting place.
rest.
You have to have a resting place.
Yes, you have to have your resting place. Depending on your resting place, you have options. You have the option to be above ground, and you have the options to be in ground. If you're going to be in ground, you have to have an outer burial container. And an outer burial container, we know it as a vault, either a concrete vault or a polymer vault. If you're going to have an above ground burial, you don't have to have that because it is a granite space itself. So your resting place is different. The third thing that you have to have is you have to be prepared to pay for what they call professional services. And the professional services consist of preparing your resting place, opening up that space, and then be able to properly close that space. There is actually a fee for that. And then last but not least, then you have to be memorialized. So you don't want to have a, when you go to your place where you live, don't you have an address?
Yeah.
So in your
Good point.
final resting place, look at being memorialized as your address. This is
Yes.
your address where you finalize your resting place. So those are the 4 components that you have to have.
And I want you to say them one more time because I actually only thought you said 2, but you said 4. So
Uh-huh.
I want to hear it one more time, just a little slower, so we can all capture it. Point number
Absolutely.
1.
Number 1, you have to have a final resting place, and we call that property. That's number 1.
Final resting place. Okay.
Mhm. The second thing is you have to have an outer burial container.
Out of burial.
Outer, O-U-T-E-R, outer.
Okay.
So your outer burial container is basically it's a container that your casket sits in. This is for in-ground burial only.
Okay. So right now you said a resting place. We all need to know. This is stuff that we need, y'all. We don't know when life is going to end on this earth for us, and these are basic things that we need to be prepared for, and that's what Pam is talking about here. So the
Absolutely.
outer burial container is the
Yes.
second thing.
Outer
Number
burial
3.
container. And number 3 is you have to pay for professional services, which is your opening of your resting place and your closing. So look at it like this. When you get the keys to your new house, you got to have that key to open up that door, and you got to have that key to close the door.
Okay. That's good. That's a good way to look at it, Pam.
And then the 4th place is just like at your current residence, you have an address. Some people specify where they live by putting their surname, their last name, and then they have their physical number and the road address, where you got to have the same thing. You have to have a place to memorialize yourself. You have to have your memorial marker.
Okay. Memorial marker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, I have a family burial plot. So I have that.
Mm-hmm.
But so when you say a memorial marker, who do you share that with? What do you mean? I don't understand.
So your memorial marker, a lot of us will refer to it as a headstone.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you
So
talking all fancy, Pam. You're going to get up here
I'm
and be
giving
all
you
fancy.
the proper terminology.
You're going to be all fancy up here on the show. Anybody else feel like that? She's like, you have to have a memorial marker. Well, girl, we are a headstone, the tombstone. Then I would have understood.
It's your headstone. But
Okay.
I want people to look at it like their address.
Okay.
So, at the end of the day, we never know when God is going to call us home. We don't know when that's going to happen. But you know what we do know? We know it's going to happen.
We do know
And
that.
so we know it's going to happen. So when you know that something's going to happen, but you just don't know when it's going to happen,
Right.
now is the time to start pre-planning for all of this. There are so many benefits to pre-planning because 1, it's going to save you money. 2, it's already an expense that we have not budgeted for in our day-to-day lives. This is not something we budget on a daily basis, is to be paying for our final wishes. So while you have life, strength, and health, you are able to actually contract these services with us. You can actually pay a minimum deposit, contract, and pay on it. Terms are conditioned to what's comfortable for you.
That's good.
And in addition to that, you don't have to worry about your loved one, your friend, your executor coming in when it happened and having, they're already dealing with grief. Now they got to deal with this expense.
Right.
I know I don't want to leave that on my children.
No.
I don't want my children to have to deal with my absence in their life and then have to deal with how they're going to pay to properly lay me to rest or question what I would have wanted. And I don't want that to create tension because, you know, money creates tension between families, break them apart. And you be in a state where some people aren't even speaking anymore. So take time out. You know, one of the things I love to do is connect with people and talk with people. It doesn't cost anybody anything to have a conversation. No haggle, but just get educated and understand.
I love
I'm sure
that.
I can mention her name. She wouldn't even mind, but you know, our good friend Kim Felinda Farley, her and her husband Mark came in to see me and talk with me. And she was just so wowed at how much information she learned. And she thought she knew everything. And it is so much information to learn, so many ins and outs. And, you know, I advocate just be educated and understand exactly what it's going to take. For anyone that's watching today and just want to understand what it takes, I offer in-person appointments, I offer virtual appointments, and I have a free planning guide that I would gift anyone that's watching the show today that will actually make an appointment. I will gift it to you. All those 67 things in there, it's an entire book that starts off with those 67 things. There is so much information in that book to help you and guide you with everything that you need to do. And another important thing I want to share too is for if you own a home, you have bank accounts, you may have Social Security coming in, whatever your assets are,
Right.
make sure that you have a will. Make sure you have an executor that can advocate on your behalf when you can't.
Wow.
Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't, whether you like it or not, the city is going to do what they want to be done with your assets. Okay? If you don't have that in place, I know I went to the hospital with my dad. And one of the things he did not have was a living will. You go to the hospital and they would give it to you free instructions on how to actually just write down your assets and give direction on what your stuff. You may say, "Oh, I ain't got nothing but a whole bunch of love." Well, you know what? You want to put that in the will. Put your love in your will.
That's good.
You know, put whatever it is that is an asset to you. Doesn't always have to be monetary about your assets. You may have things like a car that's paid for. You may have pets. Put those things down. That way there's no question. There's no argument. It eliminates so much tension. I'm telling you, I've worked with families, they've come in here and they was just like, what do I need to do? The only thing I know is that I have property. And then they, to their surprise, I was like, they took care of everything. And they literally, as they're grieving, tears of joy because they can just not worry about laying their loved one to rest. They don't have to wonder what they would have wanted or how they wanted this done. It's done. They just was thankful, made the arrangements, and they could just focus on being loved by their friends and family and grieving properly.
That's what it's about. Wow. Wow. How are your services different than life insurance? Someone wanted to know, Mackenzie.
I am so glad that question came up. So
thank you for asking that.
Insurance, yes, thank you for asking that. That was actually going to be my next tip. Insurance is great. I have life insurance. Life insurance is a must. We need life insurance.
Right.
All insurance companies are different. So I want to say this before I give my take on insurance. Depending on the situation, if someone in your realm passed away and you had to come and make arrangements, everything, those 4 components that I mentioned, well, 3 out of those 4 components would have to be paid in full right then, right there, in order for services to proceed.
Right.
And depending on your insurance company, 30 to 90 days before you can have access to your money, which means you got to come out of pocket or some source right then if you want to lay your loved ones to rest. Insurance. All insurance companies are not like that, but most of them are. Now, don't fret, because we have a beautiful program here at my property where we can actually take your insurance policy and we can upload it in a system. They will tell us what the value of it is and whether or not it's going to cover the services. Once we get that confirmation, you're good to go. But we still don't have access to the funds, which means that there's a whole other process and protocol with that. But that is the difference.
Wow.
And I say to people, don't let your insurance stop you from pre-planning, because inflation, just like these housing out here is expensive.
Right.
This is property. Inflation happens here for your final resting place also.
Wow.
Okay.
This is such knowledge.
Pre-contracting, pre-planning is always going to save you money. It's always going to be beneficial. And I tell people, insurance is really for the living. You want to be able to cover some of your expenses so you don't have a burden. But what about those that you're leaving behind, especially if you have children?
That's right. Well, then listen, they're going to have to book a consultation with you, because this is some good stuff, but you can't tell them everything right now. They ain't going to get a chance to call you. So tell them how they can stay connected with you. So you all should be calling her after this episode and booking your sessions, letting her know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you her way, and tell them how they can connect with you.
Yes. So we actually have a Facebook page. It's called Charlotte Memorial Gardens. You can connect with me on Facebook at Charlotte Memorial Gardens. My phone number here at my office is 704-536-2374, or you can email me at pwrighthoward@plcorp.com, and I'll put that in here for you, Kim.
Yeah, I was gonna say, put it in the private chat. Y'all putting all new information. Y'all done got brand new on me over here. I got stuff already preset, but it's all good. So she's gonna put it in the private chat. When we come back after this commercial break, we'll put it up on the screen for you all to stay connected with Pamela Howard. Thank you as our Freestyle Friday expert of all of y'all. Y'all have done a great job. I'm going to go ahead right now and let you hear from our next episode sponsor, which is Confidence Tones, which actually that's from one of our episodes. That's one of our Freestyle Friday experts as well. And that's Dr. Joe D. Bear. So Confidence Tones, as you get ready to take a look at this commercial, the way that you're going to learn more about it is through Dr. Joe D. Bear, which is our America's top health coach. 1-800-820-0584. You could also visit drjod.com. But she's one of our episode sponsors today with confidencetones.com. So let's learn more about it now.
Welcome to Confidence Tones, where we use a proprietary audio development formula called audio immersion to provide an experience that's designed to help quickly and effortlessly generate positive change in the subconscious mind when used correctly. This experience is achieved using 4 primary building blocks: brainwave modulation, invocation of positive emotions, immersive imagination stimuli, and developmental suggestion. We know of no other source in the world that provides the synergistic combination. With a good pair of headphones, you'll be able to immerse yourself into audio that's designed specifically to help you feel better, do better, and live better.
Everyone, again, reach out to Dr. Joe D. Bear to learn more about confidence tones. And that is how you'll be able to learn more about it. Okay, we have another one of our experts, which is none other than our Reinvent Yourself expert, which is Ernetta Caldwell. And she has some tips for us today. So let's go ahead and hear from her now.
Hello, I am
Ernetta,
Ernetta
welcome.
Caldwell, and I want to speak to all the women out there. This month is coming to the end where we have celebrated women. But guess what? We are going to continue to celebrate you as a woman. Why? Because you are so important. And I wanted to take a few moments just to really give you some encouragement and some motivation to really believe in yourself, to take yourself to that next level. Because you may be a woman right now, but you feel stagnant. You feel like you're pouring into everybody else, but you're lacking pouring into yourself. It's okay, sis. I understand. I've been exactly where you are. But it took for me really to be intentional with affirmations as well as my prayer life and talking to God to really give me that confidence within. So right now, wherever you are, go to my website and download my free prayer affirmation cards that I want to give to you today. www.ernettacaldwell.com. They will actually help move you from where you are right now to get you to a better place to be motivated. But I want to give you 3 points today. Number 1, know that you are enough. You are enough to take yourself to that next level. You are enough to really believe in yourself to go after your goals and dreams. You are enough. You have to believe that. So right now, say it. I am enough. And you have to say it with confidence to believe that you are enough. Number 2, you have to understand to know that you have what it takes. I know that sometimes things may not be in your favor. Maybe you've applied for the job, you didn't get it. Maybe you told yourself that you was going to really pursue that career, go after that dream. Maybe rejection came along the way somewhere and you told yourself, I don't really have what it takes. I want you to pick it up. I want you to go for it. If that door closed, that only means that God has another door that's going to be open for you. And the last thing I want to leave you with is number 3. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate everything in your life that you have accomplished, the things that you have done, whether big or small. Stop downplaying yourself. You have come so far in your life, and I'm believing that you're going to go even farther. But it's about you believing in you. It's about you really taking yourself to that next level to elevate. If you say, I am a woman and I am ready to take myself to new levels, I'm ready to get around other ambitious women that's going to help push me into my destiny, but yet at the same time, pray for me. Come and join my waitlist for Reinvented by Her Academy. It's for a woman like you that's ready to say yes to her dreams, yes to herself, and yes to really walking in her purpose and being all that God has created her to be. It has been a pleasure to be here on Freestyle Friday. Thank you so much, Kim Jacobs, and I love you all. I will see you all later. And remember, go download your free prayer affirmation cards. They're only free for a limited time, so get them and start really using those to help you move to that next level. You all be blessed and know that I am praying for your success.
Caldwell, and those tips are meaningful, making sure that we know that we are enough, we have what it takes, and we need to celebrate ourselves. Let me also put the link up here where you can get your prayer affirmation cards. The cards are gorgeous. They're beautiful, they're inspiring. So you want to grab those. They're a gift from Ernetta Caldwell to you. So make sure that you go and, or I don't know if it might be a cost to it that might this time. I'm not sure. But I know at one point she gave out a gift for these prayer affirmation cards. But make sure you stay connected with her at ernettacaldwell.com. And I am so excited that you are one of our Freestyle Friday experts, Ernetta. So thank you. Thank you. All right. Opening up our discussion here. Anything else that you all wanted to talk about today that we don't want to get off and not have had an opportunity to hear something that you may have wanted to just say from your heart. Anybody in the studio audience, you're like, please, Kim, say something about this. Ernetta said, thank you so much for having me. Oh, she said they are free for a limited time. So go and get your prayer affirmation cards because they are worth a whole lot of money. So I'm amazed that they are actually free. And so it's for a very limited time till I call her and tell her, make them not free no more today. Okay. All right. After the day or so, I don't know if you're going to be getting them for free.
Look,
All right.
about 24 hours, they ain't gonna be free no more.
Right. Anybody on the panel, anybody want to open up and say anything that's just pressing on your heart from things that's been happening this week or anything? Let me just take a quick commercial break and we'll come right back and close out with just a couple of thoughts that people may have here. And Mackenzie, I'll play this right now myself. Okay, I got this one. I'm going to pull this person in.
I'm a digital marketing specialist, a web designer, and also a web developer. Odds are you're a business owner watching this
Can
video.
you see it?
If so, you may be struggling with digital marketing and or building the right website for your business. But that's where I come in, to help you build a website that you're proud of and also hit your target audience. So let me help you build the better business you deserve. For examples of websites that I've worked on, check out my website, jeremiahjjacobs.com. That website in itself is also an example because I built it, and it's an example of a one-pager. To get more information on the plans that I offer, contact me at info@jeremiahjjacobs.com. I repeat, info@jeremiahjjacobs.com. That is my email, not a website. So hopefully you guys have a great day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.
All right, everybody. Jeremiah wants to be one of our episode sponsors, so I featured him today as well. All right, things that anybody wanted to say. Anybody want to open your mic or in the community, in the studio audience?
I just want to say one more thing, if I may. Although we don't like to talk about death, death doesn't have an age. It doesn't have a color. And I have seen so many young people, unfortunately, leaving here. It is never too late to start pre-planning. I'll advocate that to any type of event you're planning for. You're planning for your wedding, you pre-plan. You're planning for vacation, you pre-plan. You're planning for the birth of a child, you pre-plan. You're making preparations for what to come. So now that we know that this will come, we just don't know when, take time out, educate yourself, pre-plan, because God don't want us to be, we got to be ready when he calls us. So this is a part of it.
And that's a good point. I'm grateful that you said that, Pam. And how to stay connected with Pam is P. Wright, RIGHT, Howard, at PLCORP.com. P. Wright Howard.
WRIGHT.
Huh?
WRI. You left the W out.
Oh, I just copied and pasted from somewhere. So okay. Let me go here. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
It's just
a W in front of the R.
All right. Okay. So let me get that corrected because we want to make sure you can get her instead of now we done put some wrong stuff. Please forgive me. So P Wright, meaning it's going to be PWRIGHT. Let me put that up. P Wright. Yeah. PWRIGHT Howard at PLCORP.com. That's how you stay connected with Pamela Howard. Y'all should be reaching out to her via email today. And as we prepare to close the show, is there a closing comment you have, Camille?
I just want to wish everyone a beautiful, fabulous Friday. And I always like to leave everybody with saying, continue to live your vision, whatever it is. It's not too big or too small. So don't be afraid to dream and live with vision.
Excellent. How about you, Sunshine Expert?
Oh, enjoy this beautiful day that God has blessed us all with, and just try it. Try it and don't knock it until you try it.
Don't knock it until you try it. Kevin Sharp, I see you said a great show. Can we also have a male panel soon? Absolutely. We'll make that happen, especially just for you. Okay, because you are a valued member of the studio audience. So yes, tell us what topic you even want to cover and we'll even make it be that topic. How about that? And just keeping in mind in the community, some things that's happening in the United States. Former President Donald Trump was indicted, is being indicted by a Manhattan grand jury on more than 30 counts related to business fraud. And the first time in American history that a current or former president was faced with any criminal charges. This is according to CNN. And so it's just, it's a lot to take in. I still, again, I'm a big believer in just praying for everyone. And I'm asking God to just protect and shield him through what he's dealing with as well. NBC News said that millions are set to lose Medicaid as the pandemic era the rule is coming to an end. That it expires on, I think it's today, if I'm not mistaken, Friday, and up to 15 million people will be impacted. There are about 95 million people that are enrolled in Medicaid right now. So 15 million or so will be losing the Medicaid coverage based on what's being shared through NBC News. And the final thing that I'll share is that funerals have been set for the 6 victims from the Nashville Covenant school shooting. And I wanted to, actually, I'm going to go ahead and put this picture up. This picture, I like to, as we prepare to end the show today, I do want to make sure that I share the names of these individuals. Let me do this first before I do that, because I want to end on that note. On next week, we have a great lineup for you all. Dr. Deborah Moore Ignat is going to be here. She's a minister, a mother, and CEO of Moore Consulting. She will be here talking to us about what to do when your faith is unsure. That's going to be a great topic, y'all. That's on Monday. Then we're also going to be talking with Ruth Kent, how to discover a life of joy and freedom. And she has really embraced that as she talks about blossoming into your brilliance. So make sure you tune in then. We also have someone graduating from our KimJacobsConsulting.com program, and she has started a new show called The Keisha Paris Show. And she's going to be here for her graduation on next Thursday. And then we'll be back again for Freestyle Friday with some more experts. So get your mind ready for that. All right. So as we close out the show, pull up any comment that I want to make sure I didn't miss any closing comment from anybody in the studio audience as I pull up this photo. Mackenzie, you can put it up if there is a comment, because I saw a lot pop through all of a sudden. And I want to put this one photo in. All right. So thank you all so much for tuning in to today's episode. And today's episode, and this is all across the media, but I want to make sure that I acknowledge Everly Dickhouse, I hope I'm saying it right, Hallie Scruggs, William Kenny. These are the children that are deceased from the Nashville Covenant school shooting that just recently happened. Catherine Kuntz, 60 years old, head of school. Mike Hill, 61-year-old custodian. And Cynthia Peak, 61-year-old substitute teacher that was substituting on the day of the shooting. I am asking you all, please, to lift these families, these bereaved families up in your prayers, and pray for our country, because we need to heal from all of the violence that's happening across the land. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And this particular photo was courtesy of WPSD Local 6 in Nashville, Tennessee. Our hearts and our prayers and our condolences go out to the bereaved families, okay? Thank you all for being here today, everybody. I truly appreciate your expert advice. Thank you all for being in the studio audience. Oh, what was it again? This makes my heart so heavy. And Ernetta Caldwell, as one of our experts today, her closing comment was, never stop believing in you. That was her closing comment as one of our experts today. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, and we'll see you again on Monday. Thank you, experts.
Thank
you. All right, you can close us out, Mackenzie. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show, and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you, and make it a great day.